Yeah, we're good to go, Chin. Look at us. Just the boys.
Just the boys.
The original team's back together.
And this is a good way to start this because I'm calling this podcast the Hammer of Truth. And I'm going to start this off by saying a couple of things.
Brian's serious.
Yeah, because I believe when the chaos hits, you tell the truth. I've always been honest with everybody, all the fans and everybody who listens. Bobby Lee is somebody I love very much.
We both do.
Yes, but people have been talking on. He went online and he went on and talked about somebody who spoke to him in a very rough, bullying manner. Okay, that wasn't anybody but me. I'm the guy. I'm the one who did it. Not Chris. Not Theo. Not Sam. Not it was me. Yeah. Okay. And now here's the second thing I want to say. Bobby is 100% right in his anger at me, in how he felt, and I'm 100% wrong. I take full fucking responsibility for the way I spoke to him, which was wrong. There's no excuse, okay? And now I will give you. Now, having said that, let me say it again. And this is what I said to Bobby. Bobby, when did you talk to him? I spoke to Bobby. I tried to speak to him after you spoke to Kalila. When I spoke to Bobby, I said to him on the phone, I believe you. And then I thought, I don't know Kalila, I thought that she was, and let me just say this, and I'm gonna explain this, but I wanna first own up to everything that I did. Because what I did at the end of the day, the way I spoke to Bobby, who is somebody I love, who didn't deserve nobody deserves to be just attacked. And I'm going to tell you where I was wrong, and I'm going to get specific. But let me start once again by saying, I'm the guy, okay? I take full responsibility. I was wrong. I said this to Bobby. I called him up, and Bobby read me the riot act. I think if he had been in front of me, he would have fucking punched me. And he's justified. And I said, Bobby, you're absolutely right. I apologize. I was wrong. And where I was wrong was this. I didn't give Bobby the benefit of the doubt. I didn't ask him first. I didn't really give him the respect to say, hey, dude, is what I'm seeing true? So let me get into that. This had nothing to do with you and the Kalila thing. Nothing. I don't get involved in that. I wasn't there. I don't get involved with any of that.
It just happened a lot.
There was something else. So I want to make a
hold on real quick with the timeline with the Kalila stuff and then what you're going to refer to. You're looking about 3 to 5 weeks difference.
I did not know.
Coincidence.
I did not know. You never talk about it. And we're very close, but think about this. I didn't know that for 6 years you've been getting crazy, not just hate. There is a difference, guys, between hate, between making fun of somebody, and threats. Threats and harassment, long-term harassment and physical threats against somebody's family, interference in someone's business and trying to destroy someone's business. There is a very big difference between real physical and cyber threats and actual harassment, long-term harassment, and just hate and people making videos. That's all good. Yeah, that's all good, dude.
No, that's the internet.
That's the internet.
But what I deal with,
I didn't know that. I don't talk about it with anybody. So what happens, guys, is when you have a legal matter, when it becomes actually physically dangerous, or at least that would be when I look at it, the amount of shit you take is actually dangerous.
Correct.
It's dangerous.
Correct.
There are people that are not, this is not satire. This is not hate. This is not a hater. This is not somebody being, funny, and it's out there. There's some funny hate out there. I look at it, but we're talking about actual illegal activity.
Correct.
So what you do in that situation after 6 years, when it gets crazy and scary, is you hire professional legal counsel and professionals to deal with this. Can
I say something?
Yes.
So obviously I don't talk about the negative stuff. You know me better than
anyone.
I would say anyone.
Your brother knows you better.
Maybe. You're up there.
Maybe.
But I always look at life as the glass half full. Always. It's just my nature, and I know that stuff is out there, and I've always been privy to ignore it. Obviously, especially the way I look and having the careers that I've had, it's going to trigger people, and I get all that. I 100% get all that, and I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. But then, it gets to a certain point, and when they step over the boundaries of criticism.
Well, when it gets to your physical safety, correct, and your family's physical safety,
that for sure. But then also going after my businesses, companies, yes, I'm associated with.
Yes.
Then you're talking about illegal activity. But then even with all that, I've never brought it up to you guys ever, man.
Look, ever. I've never heard about it. I didn't hear about it until it got so crazy that you had to talk about it.
But it got so crazy, and the way it works is. One of the reasons I'm at where I'm at, whether you think I'm successful or not, that's up for debate, is I surround myself with much smarter people. You, Mark, Kat, Chin, everybody in here is smarter than me. I'll give you that. That's fine. People outside of this that work and have this engine going, my career going, are much smarter than me, whether my business manager, my agents, my managers. I constantly surround myself with smarter people. I don't deal with any of that stuff. Being a stand-up comic, and you know this better than anybody, is so tough. It's so tough.
Never ends.
So my energy goes to that and my kids. That's it, man. Yes. For me to get notified that some illegal activity is going on and that I should do something about it, it has to be so bad. To the point, so bad that this account got alerted.
So hold on. Let me finish this because it's very important.
But let me say this too. I know I'm 6'4", 250 pounds, 255. I know I'm 255 pounds. I know I look like this stuff doesn't bother me. It hurts my feelings, man. It always has.
To say the least.
It always has.
To say the least.
I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants me to come on here and talk about, how my feelings are hurt, because that's not the masculine thing to do. But I'm telling you now, so all you guys know, it hurts my feelings more than you know. And that's why I'm not on social media. I didn't leave social media because you don't think I want to see my friends and family and other comics and peers post stuff and stuff like that. No, I love that stuff. I left because it was so toxic. It was so evil that I don't want to subscribe to that anymore. And a lot of people can handle social media. God bless you, man. I wish I could. I'm too sensitive.
So hold that thought.
I know because I look like this, you guys think it's okay and doesn't bother me.
Yes.
It really hurts my feelings.
This is what happened. So when I saw the evidence, people who are professionals at this said there is long-term harassment and essentially, more than just hate coming from X, Y, Z. When I didn't make this stuff up. When I saw with my own eyes that some of that long-term X harassment was coming from the Tiger Belly hub, okay? And that's what I saw with my own eyes. When I saw that, I went into protection mode. I'm a very protective person. That's my brother. I might be too protective, and we're gonna get into that too. I've been too protective probably. It's not my place to be protective, but I am. I'm a ride or die fucker. Now, so what I did was I went into protection mode. I saw red and I assumed the worst about Bobby and about Kalila. After speaking to Bobby, I realized, I really believe that he has nothing to do with it. I don't think he even knows anything about it. I believe him. And I said that on the phone. I said, I believe you, Bobby.
And what I tell you, B, when I spoke,
and then within the first 5 minutes. Let me do it. Let me handle it.
Go ahead.
Then you spoke to Kalila, and you called me right away, and you said, dude, I believe her. Mm-hmm. I don't think Kalila or Bobby have anything to do with this. Mm-mm. So then what I did was I called Bobby. This is I don't know, a week ago, more than that, or 10 days ago. I called Bobby, he didn't answer. I called him the next day, he didn't answer, and I got it. I was like, he must be so pissed off at me. He must have been so pissed off because once again, let me say this. The way I spoke to Bobby is unacceptable. The way I spoke to Bobby, and he said something to me that I'll never forget. He said, I've been bullied by guys like you my whole life, and it stops now. I'm not a bully, but if he said that, he was fucking right. He was right. I own it. I was outside myself, and when you fuck up and I fucked up like that, I'm gonna take ownership, okay? It doesn't matter how angry I was. It doesn't matter that I was protecting him. It's like when I was thinking about this. Sometimes you don't get a pass. It's like a guy who beats his wife, and then you beat your wife, and the guy goes, I know, dude, but she makes me so angry. Not an excuse.
That's not right.
Not a fucking excuse.
But
so I gotta
to be
own
fair
that.
to yourself, I appreciate you owning it. I'm sure they appreciate it. But you've always defended me, and I've also always defended you.
Yes,
it's what we do.
It's what I do, dude. I go to the mat. We've been in situations, even physical situations, where there were a bunch of very dangerous people, and I was like, and
you were down.
I was down.
I wasn't down.
I know
you were.
They were real guys who you were afraid were going to fight you or come at you, and I said, hey, dude. I'm knee to knee with you, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm not a tough guy, but I'm not leaving your side.
And I reciprocated that when you went through your shit.
So that's how it is.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yes.
Okay. Doesn't mean I handled it right. I didn't. Once again, I'm gonna say this to what I said to Bobby. Bobby, you are 100% right. I was 100% wrong. Okay.
Well put, B. But I also think it's fair to say.
So I don't
think we handled any of this right.
No. I was too upset. I was so upset. I was so. I said to him, I said, call me, buddy. Wanted to apologize. I said that April 29th, or 25th. Yeah, 28th. I'm old. I can't read. April 28th, I said, or 5th, I said, at 2:51, I said, call me, buddy. Wanted to apologize. Okay. And then I really am sorry. I said, then after that, I said, after we spoke, I said in my text, I really am sorry, Bobby. You're justified and I was wrong. No excuses. I love you and I wish you well. I'll also make it up to you one day if I can. You'll see. That's what I said. Those are my texts to Bobby.
You guys go back how many years?
I love him.
From Matt TV?
I love him.
How long?
I love him. And he didn't deserve it. And I have to live with that. I was being protective over you and I saw red because I had been steeped and I had seen how horrible this stuff was. I'd seen the threats. I'd seen the physical, dangerous, the difference between hate and true harassment and violence. And I guess I went a little crazy.
But to be fair, again, I'm not condoning and obviously we both apologize the way you spoke to Bobby, but I think if anybody saw that kind of abuse and the negativity, and then for their team, I'm not saying Bobby and Clyde, for them to be associated with it, I was so hurt. You don't understand.
I know that, because so was I.
Because I understand.
And I was so relieved when I believed him.
Believed it,
and Bobby and I spoke. I apologized, and he accepted my apology. But he also said, "I don't want to talk to you, dude." And
That's
I
fair.
deserve it.
That's fair.
I hope someday I fucking hope someday I might see him at something. I hope when I see him, maybe I can hug him and hold him until he forgives me, or maybe I can make it up to him. I was like, maybe Bobby, maybe you could tattoo something on me, and that way we can be friends. Whatever I got to do.
This whole thing has gotten out of control though, because there's love between
I love
us, Bobby, and
he doesn't
Kalila.
love me, and he doesn't, and I get it. I fucking hurt him. And
I just think it was mishandled all the way around. It's gotten to the point where we have to address it, which, me, I don't like addressing this stuff. The world to me is too positive.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to tell the truth. And when I fuck up, I own it. When I fuck up, I don't have any problem telling the truth. And I don't have any problem, owning up to and facing up to when I am outside myself.
No, and I appreciate that, B. But I also think, and I'm going on Tiger Belly to address it too. It's like, and I think Bob and Clyde will also own up. And Clyde said this because, their emails associated with this and there's other stuff associated with this account.
An ongoing investigation.
It's ongoing investigation.
And I will say this, guys. I will say this too. And this is what I heard from what I can only accept as a reliable source. I'm not a tech guy. I don't do this stuff. I don't know anything about this. Yeah. But what I heard reliably from what I believe is a reliable source is since we have confronted them, and I'm not saying that Bobby or Kalila know anything about this or have anything. I truly believe they don't have anything to do with it. But
somebody on their team does.
Well, the harassment, the posts stopped
from that account,
and that account got changed, and that's going to be brought up on Tiger Belly.
Yep.
Okay, and we're just being honest. This drama, I'm way too old to deal with it, but I fucked up, and so once again, here's what I have to say. I'm the guy. Direct your hate at me. I take full responsibility. Bobby, I love you. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. You didn't deserve that. I should have given you the benefit of the doubt. I should have spoken to you first. How the fuck did I think a guy as sweet as you, as special as you, as giving as you, as funny as you, would ever do something like that? How would I think that? I got fucking deranged. I was listening and I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't
Which is unlike you.
It's unlike me.
But also you.
But I was so traumatized about Brendan. I was so fucking traumatized
because I've never told you about it.
But then I saw it. I got scared.
It's awful.
I got scared, dude. And when I get scared, I fight.
I know you do.
You know, I don't fucking back down. I'm gonna fight.
But here's the way
you got to be careful about how you fight.
Agree. But here's the way this thing ends: is there's obviously love between us and Tiger Belly, and I'm gonna go in there and say my truth, and they're gonna say how we hurt them, and that's fine, and hopefully we can squash all of it. And even Kalila goes, all right, well, if we find out who it is, what do you want us to do? And this goes for anybody out there. I told Kalila and Bobby, I just want to stop. I want nothing else. There's no legal action. There's no threats. There's no.
I never would have.
I just want to stop.
I will have to say this too. I have to say this. I in the midst of my anger and my hurt and the way I was speaking, and I know Bobby feels differently because of the way I spoke. I would never, ever do anything to him ever in a million fucking years. Never. Not physically and not career-wise or anything.
Neither one. No.
But it doesn't matter, man, because I got to own what the fuck I did and how roughly I spoke. Don't remember all the details, but I was mad and I was upset and I was protecting my friend.
Yep.
This is a teaching moment for anybody younger. Listen, take a minute when you're really upset, when you feel like you're justified, when you feel like you're being attacked. Take a fucking minute. Think. I'm way too old to have behaved the way I did.
I'd say take longer than a minute.
Take longer than a minute.
I think
and give your friends the benefit of the doubt, especially someone as wonderful as Bobby.
Yeah, sweet as Bobby.
And I hope someday I can mend that friendship, but I don't deserve it right now.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it to Bobby today, and just hopefully I can be the guy that connects you guys and get you guys back together.
Yeah,
but I also think too is through all this, I think I've obviously made mistakes too the way I handled it with Kalila. It's really not Bobby. It's more me and a Kalila thing. And what I learned, I don't know her that well, but even though I don't know her, is I should went directly to her.
Yes.
Instead of going anywhere else.
This wasn't you saying getting your bitch in line though. This was not that was how it was how it was characterized. This had nothing to do with, for me, it had nothing to do with Kalila. It had nothing to do with this had to do with seeing that long-term harassment. According to these sources, said it's coming. One of the main sources is coming from there, and I went, "What?"
But I want our fans to realize how toxic that group is.
Well, they know. Hey guys, if you have any doubts, go look at it.
Yeah, they're radicalized, but then also
go look at it.
The reason that account got flagged in the first place for it to get to me, a guy who ignores it, because it hurts my feelings, not because I'm better than social media or Reddit groups. The reason it got notified is because there's a video of this man beating his son who is 6 years old with autism. That's when it crossed. That's what you're dealing with.
That's when you realize who some of these people are. Some, not all, some.
A majority of them. And then the main 5 to 6 counts that are doing a lot of this harassment, over the top criminal activity, they look in their background. It's an ongoing investigation. There's pedophiles. There's horrible stuff in there, man.
Right. So this is not something you want to be very general about that, because I don't.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I just want you to realize that this goes you want to criticize my comedy, my stand-up, my fight picks, the way you and I engage.
Yeah.
Have at it, man.
Sure. But there is stuff to criticize there. We're going to make this podcast better.
That's the world we live in.
I've been too protective of this guy. He does interrupt. He does fucking, talk down sometimes. He does behave in an arrogant way, which is the defense mechanism for him. It just is. But we're going to get back to shit, man. We're going to, I said to him, we got to get back to getting you and I having conversations that go beyond ourselves.
Correct.
Fucking picking up on fucking rhythms.
And what a good time to do it, B. What a good time to do it, because, Chappelle went off on his own. He's building his podcast and he's headlining his own shows.
Yeah.
And so now it's just us, Bubba.
Yeah.
It's back to the original crew.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for it. You see the new thumbnail. We have a new intro coming. So there couldn't be better timing. Dude, can I get better as a podcast, even though I've been doing this 10 years and I have my 10,000 hours? 100%. Do I make mistakes? Are you kidding me?
You can get better.
I make all the mistakes.
And stand up. But he said to me everything. with the special, he called me and he goes, I just all I wanted to do was just show myself and the people close to me that I've gotten better, that I've been working at this. It's so fucking hard. Stand-up is hard.
It's the hardest job in the world.
It's so hard.
And it's A, the hardest job in the world, but B, to do a special and do it on your own and rely on your team, then we have to deal with all the marketing and all that stuff with it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize what an animal it is.
Look, man,
it was such a beast.
It's all one continuous mistake, and so is life. I made a mistake. I will pay for that, and I will do everything I can to make it up to somebody I love named Bobby Lee. And I've only met Kalila once, but she didn't deserve that shit either. So she seems like a great person. From what I could tell, she seems like a very fair, good person.
Bro,
so,
and I'm going to tell this to her in her face. I told her this on the phone. Dude, you want to talk about a smart, educated... Like I told her, like we got done, but we said some things we both probably didn't mean. Then we finally got through that and really had some growth. And I told her, I went, man, I know you do this podcasting thing, you're crushing it. If you ever wanted to be a lawyer, you would crush it. I'm savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah, and so
in a good way.
Yeah,
savage in a good way.
And I hope I can get some anyway. That's all I have to say. I own it and I take responsibility.
This other thing, and let's move on after this, and hopefully I can go on Tiger Belly and we squash all this. Because what I don't like to do is the clickbaity drama. I don't like that. It doesn't make me feel. It's not what I want to do.
Well, especially
I'd rather have
people that
I'd rather have 50 views than a million and deal with this negativity all the time. It's not what I do.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's not what we do. It's not what I do.
Let me button this up. We're gonna put this to bed right now. We got other stuff to cover. This is a big podcast. We got a lot of shit to cover.
It's Cat's last day.
Cat's last day. We love Cat.
It's my last day. I feel like I'm graduating.
I feel like everybody's jumping ship.
Yeah. No, it's Cat's last day. Then Christian got a new job, full-time gig.
Let me button this
up. He moved on.
Yep. Let me button this up. Let me say this one more time so there's no confusion. Bobby, I'm sorry. You were 100% right. I was 100% wrong. There are no excuses. There are no excuses with the way I spoke to you. You didn't deserve it. And I apologize unreservedly. I was an asshole. I was not the guy I want to be. And I deserve the criticism. So if you guys want to hate me, bring it. I deserve it, and I agree. And that's all. That's the best I can do. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do better always, and I'll always be fucking honest with you guys. I will always own up to my bullshit, and because I can't sleep otherwise. I don't live my life otherwise.
No, all this is so toxic.
Thank God Bobby accepted my apology. But he's fucking angry, and he deserves to.
It's gonna take time, brother. And then I'm gonna talk to him today and just show him how much you love him.
Tell him I love him.
Yeah, I know.
Who doesn't love him?
Yeah, no, he's the best, man. He's always been so nice to me.
Now
such a long ways.
Now let's get into a podcast. Chin, I'd like to just iron out one little detail, if I could. May I? Let me iron out. Chin, play a clip for me so I can fucking have a little conversation with Brendan, and we'll put that to bed too.
So Brian sent me a clip. I have not looked at it, but
he did a little. He did Schultz's podcast.
Oh, Schultz's?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna.
Sports.
What's up?
Go ahead, play it.
In the UFC, in the NFL, college football, I wish I had someone with the perspective I have now that goes, "Whoa, dude, you've been doing it 2 years?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Did nobody tell you that?
You should do it until you're 10 years in.
Did nobody say that to you?
No, not really, because I think. See, I said not really.
Shut
There's
up!
some leeway.
Shut up!
There's some leeway.
Shut the fuck up!
He was like, yo, let me watch it, or let me just, hey, man, it takes fucking, you can't cheat this game. It takes fucking years to get to the point where you can do this.
Callan a little bit.
And
Dalia a little bit.
A little bit.
More like, see, there's some leeway there. There's some wiggle.
All right, stop.
Hold on.
Stop the fucking tape.
As Dom Herrera says, there's some wiggle room in rock bottom.
Little wiggle room.
See, I did give you a little credit. You wanted all the credit.
Well, listen, this is the hammer of truth. This podcast is the hammer of truth.
Oh yeah, that's what you
said.
Right?
We're talking truth here, motherfucker.
You and I got almost a physical fight over it.
I sat you down. I had an intervention.
We were in San Francisco.
We almost got in a physical fight. I was willing to take a beating.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna do a special.
Yeah.
You're not ready.
Not ready.
And this is insane. You thought I was jealous for a second. You got outside your head. You were
100%.
You were insecure.
No, but
I said I had my dear friend Tarek, and Tarek goes, "Hey, he's a black belt. You're still a white belt. You might want to listen to him." You were like,
Jay was there too.
Yep, Jay was there too.
But B, can I defend myself here?
No, not yet. I'm not done. Hold on, sir.
Keep going.
You need to take
Go ahead.
You need to take a punch in the face here.
Go ahead.
I begged you not to do it.
You did.
I even said, I'll take 3 months and I'll write with you. Just please don't do this. You're not ready. Please don't.
Yep.
And you didn't listen to me. And then after you got all that hate after the special, you sent me a text. You sent me a text. You go, I was crazy, Brian. See, what I love about you is you admit when you're wrong. And you do. You always do.
Oh, yeah.
You sleep on it. I get a text from Brennan. He was getting all this hate from our peers, from other comics, which I knew was going to happen. And I got a text and it said, dude, you were trying to save me from all this. I wish I'd listened to you. What was wrong with me?
But I learned, I always have to take the hardest road. It's what I do.
I know.
And here's the thing with that Showtime special is my only goal in this life is to be like you guys. That's all I want to do, man.
I know.
And I didn't have the perspective back then. I thought by having a special on a major network, I'm like you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't have the perspective go, no, it's going to make it worse for you.
Yeah.
You're not like them. By doing this, they've worked 10 years to even get
20 years.
Some 20, but some, let's say 10, 10,
Minimum.
20 years minimum to get something like this.
Yeah.
And it's going to make, you're going to have a bullseye on your back if you do this, Brendan. And I thought, well, obviously the fans and the hate, which I was especially getting back then, that grew. But it's like, I thought, I don't care about any of that stuff. But my peers and the comics are like, he's on Showtime, he's good. That's not the way this game works. It just doesn't work that way. And I had to learn the hardest way.
Yes.
And I apologize to you at the time. And you've always been the one constant in my life that wants the very best for me. But I learned the hardest way, brother.
You do.
I learned the hardest way.
You do.
It's what I do.
You do.
I go.
You got to run into that wall until it fucking moves.
But it's my life story.
Yeah.
What's the hard to walk on to Division I football team? That's the hardest. I'll do that.
Fighting UFC after 18 months of training.
Fighting UFC after 18 months training.
18 months.
I'll do that. Do stand-up comedy and then shoot a special with 2 years of headlining.
1 year.
I'll do 1 year basically.
1 year.
2 years fighting a kid, but
and 1 year's
1
pushing
year.
it.
Yeah, but I'll do that. So it's like there's this.
I was like, never been done in the history of the world, but I guess
it's this common theme, man.
Yeah.
So
look,
you live and you learn, brother.
You're too tough for your own good. You're too stubborn for your own good. Sometimes you suffer from a little arrogance.
I think that's where people get confused.
Yeah.
I think that there's
is it stupidity?
No, there might be some stupidity. It's not that. It's not stupidity. It's not arrogance.
Yeah.
I don't believe in any facet I'm as good as you or Schultz or Billboard. In any facet.
I know.
My only goal is to get the respect from you guys.
Yeah.
And every move I make is to do that.
I want to say this about you.
So when you go to work ethic or any of that stuff, that's why I work so hard.
But I want to say something else about
it's for the fans that pay to see the show, but it's also for you guys to go, he's not taking us for granted.
Yeah.
He's not just going through the motions to sell tickets.
Yeah, no. And I want to say this about you. I just beat you up a little, but I want to say this about you, and I really mean this. Look, I know I will always defend you. I will go to the mat for you. I will always. I don't give a fuck. It's like I showed you that one time when those very dangerous people were thinking about, and you would know who they were thinking about fighting you. I think it was 6 of them, and it was just you. No, don't say it. Don't say it. No, I don't want. And I didn't even want to fucking put that out there.
Can we say?
Nope. Don't even say that, please. Don't even say that. Beep those 2 things out and let them. But either way, I don't want to even get into that. But I remember.
I want no problems with them.
No, I go. It's 6 of them.
I want to be there,
and it's really you and then this guy.
Yeah.
But for me, I was like, if I gotta die with you here, then that's how I define friendship. And so for me, and the reason I feel that way about you, Brennan, and for all you people who can't stand Brennan and have an opinion, you don't know him. And everybody that knows him, he's a flawed guy. Yeah, he is. He's a flawed fucking guy. A lot of things, aren't we all? But I will say this. Everyone you know, from Rogan to Schultz to Stefano, to me, to everyone that knows Brendan, really knows him. And I'm talking about big time comics and everybody else. We love him because at his fucking core, he's such a good person. And you know why I know that? I know it instinctually, but I know it because of his actions. You guys have no idea how many people he's helped. And he helps them for no reason. He helps them because he just can. I've seen that and continues that with my own eyes. I have seen him. I'm talking about giving money. And nobody ever knows about it. He never tells anybody about it. No one about it. There is a reason that so many New York comics have him on the podcast. So many New York comics come on this podcast. So many New York comics love him. There's a reason that a lot of people love the guy, and I'm one of them. And I make no apologies for that. None. I make no apologies, man, for loving my friend, because he's worth it and he's a good person.
I love you, buddy.
He's a good person. That's it.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah. So I had to say that. It's very fucking important.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So, okay, now that we've done all that, let's move on. Bro. This is our first break.
Let's take a little break before we continue with this raw.
Because I've got to take a break because I'm going to be at the DC Comedy Loft this weekend.
Oh, I love Washington, D.C.
It's a fantastic. I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows, and then I go right to my special. I'm taping my special May 19th. There's still tickets at the Brea Improv.
I'm excited for you, buddy.
I'm excited, buddy. I'm hitting it all cylinders. And then West Palm Beach, Florida, Improv, May 27th, 28th, 29th. You're where?
Dude, next week, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm in Philly, one of my favorite cities, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, May 19th through the 21st. That is next Thursday through Saturday with the Thick Boy Squad. And then I'm in Portland, Oregon, June 9th through the 11th. San Francisco, Cobb's, June 17th through June 18th. Get your tickets at thickboy.com. Philly, see you next week.
I want to talk about hair loss because it hits close to home.
Yeah.
You can talk about all the things you want to do. At the end of the day, you got to go to science. You got to go to a company that makes science affordable. I'm talking about Keeps.
Yeah, my friends at Keeps.
Keeps, yes.
My friends at Keeps. And here's the thing, man. More than 50 million bros in the U.S. suffer from male pattern baldness. Yep. And Keeps, it's simple, affordable, stress-free way to keep your freaking hair.
5-star reviews, dude.
24/7 care and support, low cost, starts just $10 per month. They have everything you need. It's delivered straight to your door, discreet little package, all right? Proven results. Prevention is key, can take up to 4 to 6 months to see results, so act right now.
It does.
If you're ready to take action, prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/fighter. That's KEEPS.com/fighter. Receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/fighter. To get your first month free, KEEPS.com/fighter.
Athletic Greens. If you are not getting enough vegetables and fruits, which you are not, if you're not getting enough nutrition, which I guarantee you are not, some of the highest performing people I've ever met take Athletic Greens.
Yep.
And they swear by it, and I've seen it with my own eyes. One tasty scoop of AG1 contains 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced ingredients, a multivitamin, a multi-mineral, a probiotic, a green superfood blend, and more in one, and it's all in one convenient daily serving. In one serving, you get all that.
It tastes delicious. I put one scoop in, your boy hits the ground running.
You do it every morning.
Every morning, because being on carnivore, this guy, I can't get all of my greens. I need that multivitamin. It's fantastic. All right, join the movement right now. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you immune supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/fighter today.
No added sugar. There's 1 gram of added sugar.
Nice.
No GMOs.
And it tastes fantastic.
No nasty chemicals or artificial anything, and it tastes delicious.
Yep. Again, simply visit athleticgreens.com/fighter. Take control of your health and give AG1 a try. athleticgreens.com/fighter. Bro, you were missed in New York, Bubba.
Was I?
Yeah. I always think about you in New York. I can't believe you kind of came up there.
I know.
It's such a special city.
Oh.
My God.
Dude, you can do 5 sets a night in New York.
God, man.
That's where the grind happens.
Dude,
I watched Chris DiStefano's special last night.
How good is it?
Hilarious.
Beshy Weshy.
I love him.
He's the best.
He's so funny.
I went to his house.
But he's doing a special and just fucking around. He's improvising. I mean, you know what DiStefano has? He's like this big, handsome dude who's got tremendous vulnerability. He's just so vulnerable. And so fucking great.
Man, I felt so good out there, with the Flagrant 2 team and then with DiStefano. And then these.
And by the way, I want to say that Schultz is on your side.
I love Schultz. Dude, these two here.
Yeah.
When you shoot your special and you go to New York, there's this podcast called Are You Garbage? And Akash on Flagrant 2, because I go, hey, man, this is my schedule. Am I missing anything? And he goes, you have to do Are You Garbage? And I go, I don't know them. I knew of them because Mark Norman was on there and Schultz and Tim Dillon. And so I don't know. He goes, they're getting big. And they're 2 guys from the cellar that they got passed, and they're funny, man. It's a different show. You might have fun. Let me know if you can do it. Here's his number. He connects me to Kevin, the guy on the right. Before I decided to do it, I reached out to every comic I know in New York. Several comics. And again, the respect of your peers is everything. Every comic in New York goes, these two are the best. They're great comedians. Their podcast is the funnest you're going to have out here. Definitely do it. So I tell them, I go, hey man, my schedule is packed, dude. And he goes, whenever you can do it, we'll make time for it. I go, I can only do it at 8 p.m. on Monday night. I do 2 shows before that. I'll do yours at 8.
Exhausting.
They go, yeah, but fun.
Yeah.
And they go, we're in. So me and him talking about great guy. I'm like, yeah, it's weird how nice he is. You do their show, and we've done a million shows.
It's called This Is Garbage?
Are You Garbage? So
Are You Garbage?
So this is the format of the show. The format of the show is they go through your childhood and the way you were raised, and at the end they tell you if you're garbage. We found out I was garbage 3 minutes in, but the way I was born. I was like, well, should we end it now? And they're laughing so hard. They're so funny. It's so different. I got in the taxi that night. Because they remind me of us. If you remember when we were at Fox Sports, and you could feel there was like, what we had was special, and we were coming up, and we knew we were on to something big, and everybody told you not to do it with me, and this podcast stuff is stupid. It's going to go nowhere. You're in Hollywood and doing these TV shows, and we just ignored all of it, and we kept doing it. And when I got in the car, I had tears in my eyes, and they're right now they're just like us on the cusp of blowing the fuck up, and they're 2 comics, and they all they have is each other and one other guy. And I text them, I said, you guys are going to be so big, man. And you guys have something so original and so special. And I've been there, and I suck at this. Stop and smell the roses, what you guys are doing. And that to leave the next day, because they're doing just like us. They're doing the podcast on the road at Comedy Works in Denver, doing one show just like us.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, dude, I'm telling you, you guys are going to be huge. You're going to get there and making all the money in the world. But what you're doing right now, the come up right now is everything. Try to embrace it.
It's the magic.
Yeah.
It's the magic.
And dude, you know how it is. When you meet people, they're just so genuine and like good people, man. And you want the best for them. And their show's so original, so fun. Kevin and Foley, they're just such good people, man.
So cool.
Yeah. And the episode just dropped today, and it's so fun, man. I told them, I said, this is the funnest time I've had in I don't know how long. They go, really? You do Rogan? I go, I know, but I've done that before. And, obviously that's a different kind of dance. What you guys do, nobody asks me questions. It's always me promoting something, or you and I bullshitting around, or me and Theo roasting somebody. Like, for you to dive into my childhood, and then if I'm garbage and bring up memories I've totally forgot about, I went, I had so much fun, man. It made my fucking trip, dude.
That's so great.
Made my trip.
That's so great.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah, that's that magic. And it comes down to loyalty, and it comes down to connection. And really what you're talking about is intimacy. What happens when you go through shit with somebody over 10 years is you develop a real bond of intimacy. Now, some bands break up. Some bands can't take it because ego gets in the way.
Yeah, we're not like Aerosmith where we don't talk to each other.
Well, we always fucking air it out. We fight, we talk, but
you and I are the same. We'll be mad for a minute.
Yeah.
And after that.
Well, we come back to the truth of the situation, right? We come back to, was I wrong here?
Yeah.
And was I, you got to do that, man. You got to do that in life, for better or for worse, in your relationships, in your friendships, in business. And do the right thing.
And to defend Bobby, like I've been on the end of your anger when you think something's going on. If you remember, there was some weird thing with the money.
Oh boy.
And you called me. I was like,
I came after you. Like, you were like, well, first of all, don't yell at me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Pretty good at it.
Yeah. Betrayal is a tough one.
Yeah. It's your trigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. But then we hung up, and I was like, I had tears in my eye. I'm like, what happened? And then you called me back, and then we were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah. But again, hey, Brian, you got to look into things. I've had a couple moments in my life.
Me?
I've had moments in my life where I was just like, we all do this, right? It's like one time I did this joke, but it was true with my ex. We got in a fight, and I literally looked at her and I go, I have children with her, and I go, I want my plane to crash. I hope my plane, for real, I hope. And I said a prayer. I go, I want it so you can be sad. I was that angry at her.
Yeah.
I want to die.
I've been there.
Like, that's an outrageous thing to say. What the fuck are you doing? But
in the heat of the moment,
I'm just a fucking, I get upset.
Passionate guy.
Yeah.
I've
But not an excuse. Not an excuse.
Yeah, but
grow the fuck up,
You're trying, man. It's a pain.
I'm always trying.
Yeah, we both try. You know?
Now, did you see? Let's get into a little bit of stuff. Did you see Mr. Canelo lose that boxing match?
I watched it last night at midnight. Like
Wow.
a sociopath.
Oh man, me too. I watched it after my show on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, would he? For him, it's tough. And it was funny because Jake Paul or somebody was like, "Oh, you're fighting a guy with 3,000 followers," and Canelo was like, "Oh, Bubba, this isn't about social media and TikTok." And
Come on, Jake.
This guy's a monster.
Yeah.
Bivol is a monster.
I didn't know that.
Monster.
Is he Russian?
Yes.
But
What a great
it's
boxer.
super
He
middle,
fights like Canelo.
but also he's a natural super middleweight.
bigger, much
He's
bigger.
bigger. So Canelo's done all he can at those
Yeah.
lower weights, and now he's moving up. And you're gonna run into some fucking monsters, dude. And that was a monster.
That's a monster.
You guys don't know his name, and I have a tough time pronouncing it. There's nothing new there, but it's like
Bivol.
look at him. But
Yeah.
he's big,
Yeah,
He's
And he
tall.
fights,
He's
and
lanky.
he's such a schooled
gangly.
boxer. He fights like he fights just like Canelo, it seems. But Canelo, how great is Canelo? So take nothing away from that incredible guy. But I mean, you're dealing with a guy who can stand in the pocket with you, right?
Yeah, and if you watch if you just looked at the scorecards, like, oh, Canelo, barely lost that one. You watch it, like, holy shit, he was not in this fight.
Well, that guy is. I mean, he is. Look at how much bigger.
They're gonna do a rematch, and he's a big super middleweight, big dude.
That's a
Yeah.
What is that? Fights at 168, 170.
Yeah, look it up, Jim.
175,
Yeah, but you got to realize, like, Canelo's done all he can, so he keeps going up. You're eventually gonna run to a guy where not only does he have the size over you, he has the same technique.
Yeah, 168.
Yeah, so
Which means he sucks down to that 175.
And Canelo talked about he wants to go to light heavyweight, and all this shit. It's the cruiserweight. It's like fuck.
Why do you think? And Jake Paul, who I respect,
Sure.
because I think he's got balls and I think he's really working hard at boxing. But he did tell Eddie Hearn that I'll take anybody on
You see
your
what
roster.
Eddie did? Eddie goes, "Oh, cool. I have this guy who's 1-0.
Yeah.
Will you fight him?" And he's a Olympic gold medalist.
No, you don't want to do that.
Jake's like, "I'll fight him."
Yeah, I think
Jake wouldn't
Jake's
do
just good at getting things going.
Yeah, that's what
but
he
he
does.
knows
He's a showman.
But he's also in there with good guys, so he knows.
Jake's smart.
Yeah,
He would
Jake's
never
very
take
smart.
that
And he
fight.
knows where he is.
His
in the-
next
in
fight
the
is probably gonna be
pecking order.
Tommy Fury, and I think it's in August. Jen, is that right?
Yeah, August 13th.
Yeah, against Tommy.
I'm
Fury.
watching.
He's gonna knock out Tommy Fury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fucking strong and he's got a work ethic. But like
Yeah.
I like Eddie Hearn said, it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Look, you're still new to the game.
Eddie's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You fight anybody? I got a guy. He's 1-0." Savage.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think of the Rose Namajunas fight?
That was a case of Rose just having a mental block, with Carla. I think Rose is the best on the planet if her mind's set on
time
it.
for Tony to retire.
I don't think so, because I know that's the popular thing to say, like, oh,
looks
he's too
great.
old.
He looked
He looked
great.
phenomenal, and you get caught with a up kick that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
I don't think Chandler's ever thrown that in his life. Chandler goes, "We don't train that."
Such a freaky
He
athlete.
goes, "It was
He's
just
such
open."
an
He goes,
athlete.
"The middle was open. I threw it, got this knockout." And then he called out Connor, which a lot of people want to see. But here's the thing with Connor. From my source, what I know, he's not fighting this year.
He's not.
We got it. And again, there's nobody that loves Connor more than me, but he ain't fighting this year. That ship sailed right now.
Why?
He's too big. The rehab earliest would be November if there's something to get him out of retire.
But he's training every day.
He is, but I don't think he has any intentions of fighting. Even Dana's kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
So the fight nobody's talking about, why not Chandler Nate Diaz at 70? Chandler says he wants to fight at 70. He'll fight Connor at 70. Chandler Diaz healthy, ready to go, wants to get one more fight. They announced maybe they might do Nate Diaz and Hamzat, which I don't like.
No.
That's a terrible fight for
Terrible
Nate.
fight.
But Chandler and Diaz makes a lot of sense. And then if Chandler were to beat him, which he'd probably be favored, if Chandler were to beat him, then Chandler could fight Connor when he comes back.
What's going on with Hamzat? Are they keeping him? Are they like, listen, you go over there. We just need to have a little sideshow over here for a while. I mean, that's not respectful to those guys, but I don't think anybody really. I'm sure Hamzat is chomping at the bit to fight any of them.
he'll fight any-
Not Hamzat. I was thinking about Makhachev. No,
Oh, Makhachev.
that's the 55er.
So you're talking about
Islam
what's
Makhachev?
yes, Islam.
Yeah.
You're talking about what's next for Charles Oliveira
Yeah,
because he beat Gaethje, right?
Yes.
Phenomenal fight. Miss weight, so there's no champion at lightweight,
dude.
And so
told me, somebody told me that Gaethje's not a big fan of jiu-jitsu in terms of practicing it a lot.
Yeah,
and he gets on the
doesn't
ground with a
focus
black
on it.
belt like that.
He was also rocked, and then the guy got his back. So there's that. And Charles is one of the best, statistically the best finisher in the game.
Oh my God, it's
especially
so
when it comes to
beautiful to
the
watch.
most submission wins. Yeah,
He's like a spider.
he's a
just
monster.
Like,
I think for Charles Oliveira, Makhachev, the only knock on him, they could give him a title shot. I'm okay with it. But the knock on Makhachev, he hasn't beat anybody in the top 10.
Yeah.
Remember, he's supposed to fight Dariush, but then Dariush got hurt, so they gave him Bobby Green. That's still not a top 10 win. So I would like, and he's scheduled to fight Dariush, which if he wins that, then he should get a title shot. But what I was just saying to Chin on the show, when Chin was wearing that cardigan, which I very much enjoy, Chin looks very handsome.
I'm a huge fan of that cardigan.
Thanks.
And Chin, that Thick Boy album, I don't know if Brow shared it with you, just on Spotify alone, it's almost at 500,000 downloads.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there for the May
17th, Tuesday at the Troubadour.
I'm excited. May 19th, my special, everybody. Still tickets left. The Brea Improv. I'm shooting 2 shows. Very special guest coming in to help out. But yes, so I'll
Excited
be
for
there.
that,
May 19th.
That'd be
May
great,
17th is you.
May 19th is you.
And then May 19th
Perfect.
is me.
But back to if you want to finish on the fight thing, or you want to move on?
Please.
But with the fight thing, the one caveat there, I don't think people are thinking of. So Makhachev, I think he's going to have to get a win over top 5 guy in Dariush, which they're scheduled to do. I think they leave that, or they pull Makhachev and give him the title shot. But something nobody's thinking about is I like Alex Volkanovski. If he were to beat Max Holloway in the trilogy, he talked about on Food Truck Diaries, available on Think About It right now, how 55, he can definitely do it. All he does is train with 55ers.
All he does is train with 55ers.
So, and up, 55ers and up.
Yep.
So he was saying, I want to go 55. I think that'd be a fun fight. Charles Oliveira, Volkanovski at 55.
Very interesting.
That'd be fun.
Somehow
There's a lot that has to happen for, and I know it's crazy to talk about it, but I could see them doing that. Makhachev Dariush is going to have to, I think they're going to have to settle that, find out what Makhachev's really made of.
Yeah.
But to not give him, for Makhachev to just skip through that murderer's row and jump straight into a title shot.
Yeah.
A little dicey.
Yeah.
Now, odds-wise, I would assume he's the favorite over Charles.
I think he's the favorite because we're thinking about Khabib, right?
Agree.
We're thinking about Khabib. And if I'm Oliveira or I'm that, I'm going to try to figure out, and you tell me if this is a reasonable thing. In my camp, I'm going to try to figure out how to solve that Russian problem. I'm going to try to
Submissions.
figure out. Yeah.
Charles Oliveira is very tricky on the ground with submissions.
Yeah, but when they control your hips and they pin them to the ground,
nightmare.
They bring your knees together and they wrap you up.
It's almost anti-jiu-jitsu where they just shut it all down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't even think they even do guard. I think they're just like, I'm gonna be on top
guard.
of you. I'm gonna rain elbows on you.
Like guard. Yeah. Dagestanians or Chechens are.
I'm gonna wear you like a
guard.
backpack.
That's for women.
Yeah.
They just, they just control your wrist and hips and. Oh,
yeah,
they're a nightmare.
Horrifying.
But I do think Charles Oliveira, Makhachev. I don't know where I'm at as far as putting money on it, but stand-up wise, Charles is much better striker.
Yes,
much better. So he can do some damage there, and then he's no slouch on the ground. No. So, and you're talking a guy who did doubt Charles Oliveira for a while. I don't anymore.
No.
After that Gaethje fight's like
Get
quit.
hit,
There's no
knocked down
quit.
twice and come back up and finish.
Also, slow starter.
Yeah.
No. Throw all that out the window.
Yeah.
And what's the guy got to do before you co-sign him? I'm all in. On
Keeps getting better and
Charles
better.
Oliveira.
Can't see well, Sees Sees triple.
So is Gage can't see well either.
Wow.
Yeah. Bad, poor eyesight.
Yeah. Killers.
So yeah. Good fights though.
Yeah.
I missed you guys. I missed 2 Fighting the Kids. I missed Chappelle's send-off, unfortunately. I missed King of Sting in the Wing. And then I missed Fight Companion on Saturday. Mitrione and Rashad had to do it.
Joe Schilling too.
And Joe Schilling, that's right.
That's a good crew.
Yeah. Rampage was supposed to be there too, but he got sick.
Really?
I don't think COVID, but he got sick.
Yeah.
My entire house is sick right now.
Is that right?
I was sick before I left, and I got better. And I think I think they got it for me.
Yeah.
And then they got it worse. Yeah.
I caught a little something.
Yeah.
But then you got to perform. Joey Diaz showed up.
Oh, did he finally? He showed up.
He showed up Thursday.
Just Thursday?
He wanted to show up Friday. Wanted to show up Saturday. We fucking the Stress Factory. What shows?
It was electric.
Packed.
Yeah, good for you, man.
It was incredible, and it's
that's great.
An old school club where you feel that energy, dude.
Nothing better.
Oh my god!
You shoot a special there, B.
I hadn't been there since 2011. I would. Vinny Brand, who's my boy, Vinny Brand, who owns that place, got up on Friday night, I think, or Saturday night, my first show, and did almost 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Vinny Brand, as a club owner, is. Like I was like, this guy's crushing a room. He's crushing it. It was unbelievable. But that place is beautiful.
Yeah, I talked to Joey because
he got busy. He got too caught up with stuff.
Yeah, I talked to him because he was like, "You're in New York." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You didn't call me." I was like, "You figure you're busy." I didn't know.
Yeah.
He's like, let's do a pod together, let's promote the special. And I was like, all right. And this was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I was like, I leave tomorrow morning. He's like, oh, I have to look at my schedule. And then we just couldn't link
Yeah,
up.
he got caught up, but he was supposed to come and do the whole weekend, but he just got caught up.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I love him, and
Did you get some
awesome.
pictures and stuff
Yeah,
with you and Joey?
I got a video.
I missed him.
I put it on my Instagram.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Well, they sent you some T-shirts in the mail, Cuts T-shirts, Cuts clothing. Thoughts? we're about to do a commercial for Cuts, and you're into fashion and clothing.
I'm into fashion, and you'll notice lately my outfit. I wear jeans, cool sneakers, and a white shirt every single day with a cap.
Yeah.
It's my new uniform.
Yeah.
I'm like Batman.
Yes.
And so the simples, the essentials is what you need, and that's Cuts, man.
Well,
the essentials.
GQ magazine said something like they're the best. It's like the only shirt you need, or something like that.
A nice premium shirt. That's all you can wear it wherever, man. Dinner, date night.
So it's premium stuff. It's
Yes, man, premium. And when you're traveling, it's dope. The quality's great. They have tons of variety. All right. It's GQ label them the only shirt worth wearing. That's how
about that?
nice
That's
these are,
GQ.
man. Yeah.
The only
Ever
shirt
heard of
worth
it?
wearing.
Yes.
GQ said that.
Yep. Refresh your wardrobe in time just for the summer with Cuts. See for yourself why Cuts is one of the fastest growing men's brands with over 1 million shirts sold.
Well, they sent you a package because they put their money with. They're like, try it.
I wore it all day yesterday.
There you go.
I'm telling you, it's quality stuff, man.
There you go.
And for my
15%
body
off.
type, it's
Yep.
fantastic.
15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/fighter. That's CUTS clothing.com/fighter.
I haven't really talked to you since I was out in Austin either with Rogan.
It's been a while, Bubba. We were going through some stuff, and
God, were we ever going through some stuff?
so there's Ray Longo. Ray Longo came to my show.
I love Ray Longo.
By the way, 64 years old. That he doesn't dye his hair, and his eyes couldn't be bluer. And let me tell you something else about Ray Longo. I had my hand on his back. That motherfucker is as solid as it gets. Never stops working out. He's just a stud. What a great guy.
Great
And I
camp,
look.
too.
We
They got the
basically
world
look the same
champion
age there, and I'm.
And how old is he?
He's 9 years older than me.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I went to a Broadway show by myself.
Come on, baby.
Dude, I went to Mr. Saturday Night.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal, 72.
How good was he?
Bro. You forget he's won all these Emmys and all this shit, and he's won Tony Awards.
Hall of Famer.
Bro, and it's about like a stand-up comedian making it, blown up, and then it flashes back from when he was first coming up, and then to the 90s where he's like kind of irrelevant.
Did he write
in his
it?
family? He wrote it. Wow. It was so good, dude.
Damn.
When I text you, I went inspirational, man.
Yeah, man.
At 72 or whatever, he's
How old
singing.
is Billy Crystal? When you see someone, this is a guy who came up when you were of his generation. You studied everything from dance to voice to everything. 74 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I auditioned for him. I auditioned. He had a show that was an improv show, and I came in and auditioned. And one of my claims to fame was that he laughed and said that was really good. And
Hell yeah, it's a
I was
claim to fame.
Woo! Billy Crystal, that was a big deal.
Man, he was.
Did I get the part? I sure didn't.
Come
Was he
on,
being
Billy.
nice? Maybe, but I believe him. So fuck off.
And you forget he was on Saturday Night Live, right? He was on the cast Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
Like I was just watching,
Hosting the Oscars.
excuse me, 8 times, sir.
8 times and crushed it.
Crushing.
No,
Also, the voice of Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, he's never stopped performing. He's a highly schooled performer. The standards back then, when you were a performer, when you were and especially if you were a Jewish performer, you started in the Catskills.
Yeah.
You did the Borscht Belt. So you started as first of all you were performing for your family, and in New York Jewish families, your kid was allowed to get up there and just make everybody laugh. Rob Reiner talks about it. They have great stories.
Yeah.
It was just part of the culture. You let the kid shine.
Yeah.
Let the kid, look, kid, you could be in pictures one day. You could be amazing. Remember, Hollywood stand-up and improv were really created by the Jews.
Yep.
They were. Mm-hmm. They were Jewish immigrants. They were Jewish. They came from Eastern, from Europe. Yeah. Hollywood, all the great actors, writers, agents, producers, studio heads, and visionaries were all Jewish.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about this, but they were. And the great comics, the improv itself, and there's a book called Improv Nation about this. Second City. that created everything. Stand-up comedy. That was a Jewish expression, and it came from the Catskills. It came from the Borscht Belt. Came from that whole thing.
Yeah, I went down a deep dive of Billy Crystal, and I was thinking
And
about.
he came up from that.
I like all that old school Hollywood stuff, and so I did a super deep dive, and I was thinking back then, like, you know, he had his own show on Saturday night. That's where, because that character was a character that he played a show on, I think it was ABC or NBC.
Yeah.
Called Mr. Saturday Night, and
Yeah.
so that's how this play came about. And when you watch it, I was thinking back then, think how hard it was to get your own show back then. How many slots were there?
There were 4 channels, dude. There were 4 channels.
And then I thought about this, for good or bad. Think about back then how talented you had to be to separate yourself from the pack.
If you did Johnny Carson for 5 minutes
Undeniable.
and you killed it, it made your career. And there were stories of it, and I think it might have been Seinfeld or someone who went to do Carson 13 times.
Steve Martin.
Is that who it was? And they came in and they
Steve-
go, we can't, not today.
No, Steve Martin said he was on there like 7 or 8 times. His book, Born Standing Up, he was on there 7 or 8 times. And he thought he would like blow up. Nothing happened. He was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, but some people would actually come to do it and they wouldn't even get on.
Yeah,
So it'd
for
be
sure.
13 times like, we can't get
Yeah.
you on this time. Come back. 13 times.
Steve Martin talked about it, how he was on it so many times, and eventually he was on there and it just popped.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously it's Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I was telling Rogan, again, we haven't fucking talked since me and Rogan did shows together, then I did his pod the
did?
next day. Yeah.
Oh, that's
We did the Vulcan together.
Put my braces in.
Hell yeah, put those bad boys in.
Oh, guys, 50 more days.
Oh, hey B, when we leave here, will you connect me with your dentist?
Yep.
I said I'm going to wait till after my special and all the promotion, get my teeth fixed.
I got you.
Last night, my son, so I was gone for a week, longest I've been away from them.
Yeah.
So I came with surprises,
Yeah.
and they love Nutella chocolate.
Yep.
And he was like, Daddy, try it. And I tried. It hurts so bad.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I have to get my
we gotta
teeth
fix your
fixed.
teeth.
I have to get my teeth
Yeah.
fixed. Have to.
Yeah, we're gonna and we're gonna
Please
and I'm
connect me
and I'm
with
gonna
that.
and
I
you're
have to
gonna
get done.
probably be in these, and a lot of things are gonna go on. You're gonna have your face gonna be all numb, and I'm gonna
sock
pick
him in
on
the
you.
face.
I'm gonna pick on
You. So you're a bully.
gonna bully
You know what? They're right.
I'm gonna bully you. I'm gonna embrace it.
You're bullying me.
I'm gonna bully you.
Seriously, connect me with your dentist.
I will.
have
John
to-
Schaub's,
I have to get
Woodland
that done.
Hills, the best.
It's hit a point where I have to.
I'm on it.
I have to address my teeth.
I'm going there Wednesday. I will hook you up.
Yeah, just shoot me his number so I can schedule an appointment, and I
love
need
him.
it done that day.
You'll fucking
because
love him.
it's going to take a lot of courage and a lot of anxiety.
It's the worst.
It's the worst,
But if you have to go to the dentist, you go to him.
but he has to realize like I'm never coming back. Like what you have to get done, you have to get done that day. Because for me, just to get in there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be scared.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Can I see the cavity?
No,
You can't.
they're small, but they're very sensitive.
Go like that for me. Yeah, we got some issues. Your bite's all off.
Oh yeah.
It's all a disaster.
No, that at least in my words right now.
I know.
I gotta fix these teeth.
Yeah.
Have to fix the teeth.
We'll fix it.
Gotta fix the chompers.
It's only 50 grand. It's not a big deal. Yeah. That's the way it is.
It's gotten to the point I have to fix it.
You have to fix it. Yep.
You know it's bad when I'm talking about fixing my fucking teeth.
How's your health otherwise? You look a little skinny.
Stress.
Yeah. A little stressed. You don't eat.
No, to be honest, I was so busy in New York. I eat the same meal
You should
every
just be
night.
like, this diet is hate. People hate me. And so this is what I do.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
No, it's I eat the same meal every night in New York. It was right by my hotel off was 11 Howard. This the Taiga restaurant. Oh, so nice. Every night. I
You
ate
were
there.
down there. That's a great
Every
area.
night. Oh, the best. I would just walk around.
Tiger. Well, your son's name is Tiger, so.
That's Tiger.
Yeah.
That one's
This is
Tyger.
It is the tiger.
The Tiger. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
You know what Rogan called me and told me?
Asian. What?
He goes, Schaub's whiskey is fucking good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to name my special?
Hey, you know what he told me? What?
Yeah, I have my name for my special.
I told you why I think
I'm calling my special Joe Rogan. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I called it Brian Callen, Joe Rogan?
Well, that's
or
hilarious.
Ro
No,
Jogan.
Brian Callen, JRE Live.
Dude, I so badly.
Titles of all time.
I actually text Rogan that. I go, I'm going to call my special Joe Rogan. He goes, call it. He goes, maybe just call it Joe. It's a little more subtle.
Joe's fun. What's funny is when we were
Imagine if I call my special Joe Rogan.
Hilarious.
I think it's the funniest thing of all time.
you know what?
What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know. What's funny is because when we were in the green room, David Lucas came with 3 bottles of Tiger Thick because they sell it out there.
So good.
So he comes in the green room and Rogan, his whole crew there. I told Rogan, I said, we don't see him as much anymore. I told him, I said, dude, it's like hanging out with a politician. There's security everywhere. It's just he's a different level.
He's
God
so
bless
famous.
him. So famous. But
he's so famous that when he calls me, I get a little excited.
get nervous.
I feel like I'm famous.
Like you
I was with my friend and he called and I looked at my friend. I go, excuse me, I have to take this,
Bro.
And I ran out of the room. So that he wouldn't hear me talk because I didn't know if Joe was going to say anything. I was like, I have to protect his privacy. Hello,
dude. But the bottle's in the green room, and someone's like, "Can we open this?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's why it's here, man. Enjoy it." And Rogan goes, "This is yours." I go, "That's mine." And then he's like, "All right." And try, and I was all, Joe, if you don't like it, it's like, well, I'm gonna have to burn all the bottles I have.
Hammer
if you
of
don't
truth.
enjoy it, I'm
hammer of
fucked.
truth. Yeah, hammer of
So
truth.
he goes, "Oh, this is actually good." He goes, "Oh, thank God." He goes, "I don't know. You never know. It's people send me whiskey. Some are awful." He goes, "This is actually good." I go, "Yeah, man, it's good." Took you all and tell him all about it. The next day, I bring a bottle. Me and Joe haven't seen each other for a while. So, you want to drink? He goes, "Let's have some drinks." So we're drinking. I look 45 minutes, an hour into the pod. We've drank the whole thing between the two of us.
That's hilarious.
And I didn't eat that day.
That's hilarious.
We're having a great conversation, 3 hours and
You
change.
do this podcast, right?
Yeah, to promote the special. So we're going back and forth and everything. Dude, I jump in the car. I'm like, I'm sweating. My flight's in 2 hours. I'm like, oh, this is not good. The driver's going, pull over. Because when you're trying not to, I go, I'm like, pull over. He's like,
You'll throw up.
Oh, dude, I went, pull over right now. Get what? Jump back in. Daddy was good. Jumped on a flight.
I did 2 fun podcasts. I did Bradley Martin's podcast.
Oh, that's my boy.
That comes out tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I had a great time with him. That's an intelligent motherfucker.
Yes.
Who asks real questions.
Bradley's very smart.
His success at 32 or 33 is not an accident.
Yeah, he might be 34.
Strongest man in the world.
Very strong.
We had such a blast. And then I did a podcast.
You went to his house.
I went to his
Yeah,
house. And then I did a podcast called Poopsie. And it's marketed as the shittiest podcast in the world. And it's
hilarious.
It's the newest member of Jackass. He's a great fucking guy. They call him Poopsie.
Why? He shits all the time?
He was on Jackass. He was willing to do, this is a dude, he talks about on the podcast, on the Poopsie podcast, and look it up, I think it's Poopsie. He talks about how he got bit in the hand by a shark, and it almost fucked up his surfing. He surfs big waves. They jumped the water, big enough to fucking cause major nerve damage.
wow.
He goes, when I jerk off, it's like The Stranger. I can't feel my hand.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whoopsie poopsie. All right, poopsie.
It's the shittiest podcast, maybe. Maybe it's called the shittiest podcast.
I hope that's his marketing, because if not, that's really
So
mean.
fucking funny. No, that's what he has a whole thing
the
about.
worst podcast.
No,
I don't know.
that can't be it.
I'll find
Is it on your Instagram, bro?
I'll find it.
Did you post it
No,
on
not
your
yet
Instagram?
because it hasn't hit yet.
Okay, let me know.
I'll text and find out. But anyway, he was so fucking funny though. What was he talking about? Oh, so
Young guy?
So as a young guy, he
No,
went.
is he young now or no?
No, he's 35 now. But,
Really young?
Yeah, but he was surfing like big waves when he was 16, right? And he got to know all the guys. He goes out a mile. He goes out a mile into the ocean on a buoy where seals are, and he ties a bunch of mackerel to his fucking belt.
Is this for Jackass?
Nope. This was when he was young and just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna be shark bait.
Oh.
So you're a mile out with seals. Now I don't know if you know much about oceanography or sharkology, but
Where seals are, sharks are.
that's right.
their food.
And usually big sharks, am I wrong? Tigers and old
Big enough
gray.
to take out seals.
El Blanco, as I call him, El Blanco, Mr. Great White. He's out there with mackerel on his fucking thing, trying to entice the seals to eat the
Does he
mackerel.
have cameras on it? What's he doing?
Sure did. And then he jumps on the buoy, and the seals are like, they're like, woo, get away. They run away from him. Seals will fuck you up. Male seals, if they think you're around the
Oh,
females,
gnarly. Their teeth are nuts.
they'll dog bite you, and that's a sea dog, but way bigger, and they will fuck
Sea
you
wolf.
up. Didn't Kelly Slater tell you that he had a friend who got fucked up by a seal?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be a seal.
No, the seals are no
Now
punks.
that's a leopard seal, but seals will fuck you up.
Seals are no punks.
Yeah, no, you don't want to fuck them.
We think they're little bitches because great whites are fucking them up left and right. No,
Yeah.
they are no joke.
They'll bite great whites too. That's why great whites come up, bite them, and let them go.
But they also come underneath too.
Yes, because great whites have all kinds of scars on their body, and a lot of times it's from seals scratching and biting.
So he got bit by seals and the sharks?
No, nobody bit him. He was out there with a mackerel belt, and apparently the seals kind of ran off. But he's one of those guys who does crazy shit. We had
I thought that story's gonna go different.
Well, we had a fun podcast, and it was called. I'm going to find out what it is just so people know. But go on.
Kat, how do you feel about your last day?
It feels sad. I feel like I'm
You
graduating.
texted me last week. I think I was in New York. I was on my way to New York.
Yeah. I don't know.
I knew it was
feels
coming.
weird.
You know, you've grown up.
I
You're
feel
doing
like
your own
I've
thing. You
grown
moved
up.
far away.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You got a full sleeve tattoo.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's
look
it
like
looks
I'm
dope,
in the
too.
Yakuza now.
Yeah.
I mean, I look very different from when I first started.
Yep.
We're going to miss you.
We
Yeah,
really
I
are,
miss you
Kat.
guys.
And you were awesome, and we appreciate everything.
Oh
you did.
man, you were the best, Kat.
Thanks.
You really
the
were.
best.
You were a huge part of the show, and you know, it's always a bummer. It's everything changes. Everything moves, and you have to change. You got to learn, unlearn, relearn. You got to just adapt. You got to keep moving. That's all.
Well,
there
I'll
is to
still
it.
be in the studio. I'm still doing Cats After Dark.
No,
So still be here maybe once a week.
Yeah, once a
So we'll
week.
still see some of you.
Yeah.
You know.
we'll see you. We'll see you.
Yeah, but think how far you've come, Kat. Since we met you right out of USC, you were living in San Jose or whatever. San
Yeah, I
Francisco?
think I had when I first applied for this job, I was still in San Jose, and I came back for this job because
Yep.
my mom wanted me to move back home since I graduated, had no job prospects with a theater fucking degree. So
Oh, you had a theater degree?
yeah, I
Why,
went to USC as a theater major.
why didn't I know that? I feel like I did know that, and then I forgot
She's
it.
definitely said that multiple times.
Oh, Brian.
We all know this about.
I think I just assumed everybody would be an actor in LA, but I didn't realize
Yeah.
that because both of you are creatives then.
Yeah.
Chin
Yeah.
is going to be a rock star.
Yeah,
I
he
might
is.
sell your merch.
It's only a matter of time for Chin leaves us because he's booking so many gigs. It's literally
isn't
just
that
gonna be
good, though?
It's literally going to be just you, me, and Mark.
I say that
Mark's
every-
going to be trying to figure out how to do audio and shit.
But that's how it should be. I say that to everybody who's like my feature, like Kevin Mack right now is crushing it. Fucking so proud of him. But I'm like, it's a matter of time before the idea is to use me as a stepping stone, step on me. I don't want it, and use me to become a headliner. That's the whole point.
Me and Chappelle just had this conversation Saturday night. Chappelle texted me, Chappelle Lacey. He just, he decided he wants to move on and he doesn't want to be just associated as the third guy in Firing the Kid and focus on his podcast, Chappelle's World, which is on Thick Boy. And he's headlining his own dates now. And he texted me on Saturday, he goes, hey, because he was going to come with me. I'm in Philadelphia next week at the Helium next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm in Philly. And he's going to come with me to Portland in June.
Great.
Which is great. I love Chappelle. I go, cool, man. Yeah, you're in. Just tell Jay. He'll book your flights. He texts me on Saturday. He goes, hey, man, headline this new club in San Diego. And I just feel like featuring for you is a step back. I have so much fun headlining.
Good.
I hate to tell you, man. I can't. And I go, whoa. Stop, Chappelle. This is the only reason I brought you on the road. This is exactly how this should go. I said, I am so proud of you. This is not a negative thing in any facet.
Yeah.
I hope
Now,
you become the next
Brendan,
fucking
were you
Kevin
doing,
Hart.
Were you doing all these things for Chappelle because you were making a lot of money out of it? Were you doing this because you were getting a lot out of it? Or did you see somebody who was worth your effort, who's a very special, intelligent person? And did you do everything in your power for free to help this person?
Of course. Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Why do you ask?
Because I'm just trying to reiterate the kinds of things you do for people.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for all the people that
Yeah.
can't stand you, they should at least know that.
Yeah.
I would always
Some
say
people
this.
can't win over. man.
I would always say this. I always listen to some of the hate when it comes my way. I don't read much, but because I probably agree with a lot of you because whatever you have to say, I'm much worse on myself. But I do think it's important to kind of acknowledge that if you're hating on comics, people who sit around and try to make people laugh, there might be other people to hate. There might be other people in
There's
the
some
world.
real bad people in the world,
Maybe.
man. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, well, I get I might be a fucking dick and I make my mistakes, but
Yeah.
there are other people
Yeah.
in the world besides people who do it. All I try to do is sit around and think about ways to make people laugh. I'm not good at anything else. I'm
Well,
not that
I
good.
told you when that team was like, these guys are making videos and edits and all that stuff. I went, is it possible I could offer them a job? Can I convert them? He goes,
Maybe.
they're beyond that.
It's a lot of work.
Even then, I was always glass half full. I was like, we need editors and shit on Thick Boy. Do you think I
Some
could
of them are good. Some of them are and funny.
just tell the guy, like, just stop and we're good, man? And also, does he know how to edit and stuff? Because I'll hire him.
Not a bad idea. No, I mean,
That's where I'm at. Like, I get it, man.
You're that good.
You know how to edit and do all this shit? All you guys, if you're that good at it, You know, you could get paid.
Some work over here.
You know, you could actually have a career, man.
I could use it. I could use some editing.
Yeah, all comics could. Like, if you would just stop with the negativity and focus on your own channel, and if you can edit and produce and stuff, and
I'm looking for a really good videographer I'm going to be
On the road?
in DC. Tomorrow I'll be in DC. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll be at the DC Comedy Loft.
Oh, nice.
And I need a good videographer. So if anybody out there is a really good videographer and editor, please hit me up.
dude, I had to do that in Charlotte because I wrote this bit on the plane about Muggsy Bogues just for Charlotte. And then I was like, just something at the top. You know, I have a new hour. I'm like, just something at the top, be fun. And it hit the hardest on Thursday and Friday. So I was
great
like,
feeling.
I need to do something with this because I'm never going to use it again.
Yeah.
So we hit up this videographer that I reached out like, hey, I need a videographer. And this guy DM was like, hey, I shot you last time you were here in whatever, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I like that guy.
Yep.
So he came, it was his birthday. He's like, there's no other way I want to spend my birthday, man. His name's Sam Vargas. And he shot the bit. We're going to put it up. It's just for Charlotte. But I was like, thank God we had a good video guy. Those guys are priceless. It's like Homeless Pimp.
Yeah.
You know, I did a
He's
post
great.
about it, but
I loved how he shot DeStefano's.
best.
I
He's
loved
the
how he
best.
shot DeStefano's.
yeah, he's behind the content of some of your favorite comedians.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk about it. He's behind the scenes.
Yep.
He didn't even know I was going to post that picture. I was like, hey, can you send me a picture? Because he doesn't like to be on camera. I go, hey, can you send me a picture of yourself? My wife was wondering what you look like. He sent it and I posted. I was like, I know you hate when I post, but here, man, I love you.
That's pretty cool.
He's the best.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
best.
You know, you make your name sometimes doing what you love, like, and just keep doing it, right? And then somebody finds you. Like, if you just keep being undeniable and be as good as you possibly can, something will happen. He looks awesome. He's wearing a fucking green velour.
He always dresses crazy.
Outfit. What a fantastic
And first of all,
guy.
in comedy, like he's the voice for New York comedy, like at the Cellar, everything. So you
go.
better do right by Pimp. You know, and you don't realize how influential he is. Like when we were walking the streets of New York, he was getting stopped just as much as I was.
I love that.
Like people know Homeless Pimp.
I love that.
I was like, goddamn Pimp.
Yeah.
Can't focus, dude. Sorry,
rises-
taking a picture.
Cream rises to the top.
Oh, he's a monster. So talented.
I think it's what's interesting about anytime you're trying to be good at something, no matter what it is, you're going to have one fire after another to put out. I feel like life is that. And I think that the antidote to, and this isn't even my idea, but I do think if you can just align yourself with the highest good you can imagine for yourself, align yourself with it, and then just keep at it, and you're going to fuck up. And when you fuck up and when you make these mistakes and when, own up to it, tell the truth, take your fucking licks, but just keep moving forward. That's the only way I know how to
agree
do
with you.
it.
I also think, I truly believe, so I'm not a super religious person, but I think good things happen to good people. So
As long as you tell the truth, as long as you keep.
If you're a good person and you always go back to your truth, and if you're trying to make the world better, there's something to that. Good things happen to good people.
Yeah.
Good will always win, brother.
Well, my
always win.
My girl said to me, she said, when you speak about Bobby, just be careful and do. I said, I'm not going to be careful. I'm going to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to do anything but face up to what I did, take responsibility for it, and tell the truth as I see it and how what I was doing. So as long as you have that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't because if you try to deviate from that, it would fuck with me. It's not gonna. It's gonna
100%.
get.
Yeah.
I don't want that thing. When you're lying about something.
Yeah.
When you lie in your life about anything, a relationship you're in, whatever it is, it fucks with you, right? It makes you weaker.
Turns into cancer eventually.
Yeah, it makes it weaker, and you have to go through that stuff to understand that.
Agree.
And so there's something that you get. There's something really strong. I don't know. It feels. Yeah. Anyway.
It feels good because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. It's the right thing to do. You always know. Somebody said that to me. It was much wiser than me. I remember. He said, you always know the answer. You always know what's right. You know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, deep down.
The rest is denial and noise. But you know what you're supposed to do.
Well, like Rogan, I was telling Rogan this, and we were talking about helping people, and I was saying I learned from him because a lot of people, Rogan helps a ton of people, and he doesn't talk about it. And I said, so when I got into comedy, you were like that. So I was like, oh, this is how this works.
Yes.
And then because I've been so, privileged and I've had so many opportunities, I feel a great responsibility to give back.
Yeah.
Like you have to do it. And Rogan goes, well, you do it because it makes you feel good. Yeah. And then I told him, I go, sure, it makes you feel good, but that's, it's more than that. it's what you should do.
Well,
I
Chappelle,
expect to
Chappelle was saying what got him out of his anger and the loss of his brother and all those things was that he got $75,000 and he gave it all away. And it was, and you know, this is a truism as far as I can tell. If you are depressed and if you are hopeless and if you feel lost, you can start by helping other people. You can start by trying to make your corner of the world better by giving. So,
I mean,
you know,
Chappelle's one of the best people you ever meet.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I think
just
that's-
salt of the earth.
yeah, and it's important. It's important to keep that in mind.
And now the mission is to blow up David Lucas and Darius Bennett. I had Darius Bennett with me this weekend. He has his short on Netflix, and anybody around town Darius is from Detroit. Anybody around town that knows comedy,
You tell me he's a monster.
He is a monster.
Love that.
Monster.
I love it. There he is.
Is that him?
Yes.
Okay, thank goodness.
There he is.
Someone says I saw him outside a bar smoking a cigar. That's him.
All right. Well,
Great
I think
guy.
we've
Yep.
covered some good ground here,
I think so,
kids.
buddy. What do you got, Chin?
Alrighty, here we go.
So Will.i.am has a one-of-a-kind Mercedes AMG collab where he's calling it the Flip, and it's made specifically based off of what he wants in the car.
Damn, that's
It is
sick
a
looking.
4-door coupe. I just want to get your reaction.
And there's only
on it.
one of one.
It's one
That
of
thing's
one.
Worth so much
How
money.
much do you
It's
think
made by
that's worth?
Mercedes.
Yes, made
How much
by
money
Mercedes.
does Will.i.am have?
I believe
he has all the
it
money.
was actually created through the shop West Coast Customs
that
over
place.
in Burbank. That was the
Okay.
same shop as the Pimp My Ride
I,
stuff.
want to get into music.
So then
Is he a
he's
rapper?
a huge producer. Well, he was Black
in Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed
Oh,
Peas,
yeah.
but
Produces
he's a
a bunch of
huge
stuff.
producer.
Oh, he's a killer, yeah.
So it's one of one, but the worth is tough because it's not an authentic Mercedes car. So those custom cars can be a little dicey.
Yeah.
But still, so sick, so sick.
And so what is it? It's
it's his custom
It's
car.
a 4-door coupe with the suicide doors.
That thing's filthy. He was just on American Idol. He was the mentor for American
Yeah,
Idol.
he does a lot of singing shows like that now.
Yeah, He
people
was-
like that are so
and he was great. And his notes
smart.
were so good.
yeah, they're so smart.
He was like, you're singing this because there's this big kid on there. He's Italian, and he was singing a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
Lonely.
Yeah.
And so they sing it for Will.i.am, and then he gives them notes.
Yeah.
So the kid's singing. He got voted off last night, but he's a phenomenal singer. And then Will.i.am just goes, hold on. Think about what you're saying, and then think how you grew up, because he grew up with like really poor eyesight and chubby, so he got bullied a lot. He's like, say that like you're actually lonely, because I can feel it. You are. He's like, just don't sing it. How would you say that? And he says that, and he goes, now sing it. And he does it, and the kid was like, that note was nuts.
Yeah, man, that's-
He's like, it made the song.
That's again, a guy like somebody like that, Will.i.am, who's been successful that long. I promise you, he's smart as fuck.
Oh, dude.
I promise you, you play him in a board game, he'll beat you.
Yeah.
Like my experience with people like that is always like when you meet something like that and you hang with them a little bit, you're like, oh fuck,
Yep.
oh I got it.
Yep.
Oh, you have original thoughts. All I do is copy other people.
What else you got, Jen?
Here we go.
So Chris Paul lost his shit during a game because he
Jesus.
found out that his mother and his wife, along with his kids, were sitting, I guess, courtside, and there were a lot of fans from the opposing team they were playing, just like bothering them. And it got to the point where somebody laid hands on his mother
That's
and
nuts,
pushed
man.
his wife in front of the children.
Jesus
And so
Christ.
he loses his shit and goes on a Twitter, like, not a spiral, but he starts tweeting out just like, it's bullshit that we get fined for saying shit to the fans, who are then getting so rowdy to the point where my family does not feel safe to watch
That's
me play
insane.
a game.
That should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
And I guess those fans were
Get 'em out of
removed
there.
from the game.
Ban
No,
'em.
they should be banned for life.
Yeah,
Touching
ban 'em.
a
Right?
player's mom and kids and wife, it's
You
nuts.
get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. Dude, I should talk about this. I had to talk about rowdy fans. So I think it was Friday night in in the Stress Factory. There's this noise going on to the point where I had this. I never kick
Like in the
people
back
out.
of the club?
Never, yeah. But in the back, it's like noise, and I hear people going, Jersey, don't fuck around. Everybody's tough, and we got some tough fighter and kid fans. So, and people are like, shut the fuck up. And Jersey is aggressive. It's like Philly. It's like, and they were Irish gypsies. They were
Wow.
Irish gypsies. they
Legit, yeah.
they call themselves gypsies, and they're kind of known in the area. They were awesome, but they were loud. They were big.
They don't know
and
the
They
etiquette.
were gangster.
Oh, they don't know the etiquette.
And I did a whole thing on Ireland, and I was.
Were they
I was
fighting?
pretending-
What
No,
were
but
they were
they
just
were
rowdy.
just. They were just. One guy was too drunk to be there, and he was talking too loud to the girls behind him. All the women had this crazy hair.
They all
this
look like the
blonde hair.
wives from Goodfellas.
They all looked like the wives from Goodfellas, but Irish. And they
Yeah.
were, I heard later on that they were known to the law enforcement in that area.
interesting.
Yeah.
Jersey sounds fun.
They made their money. They made their money probably.
Dark arts.
They weren't
Saying dark arts.
lawyers and,
Yeah.
and doctors.
Sure.
But God damn it, that I had fun with them, and they finally had to get kicked out. It was just too much.
Too much.
It was too much. It would have been a fight, and they would have answered back.
It
and they
also
were ready to
sucks
go.
for the people that paid and trying to listen. Like that's what is the worst part.
It's the kind of group where you see that group, and if you're not just going to fight the men, you're going to be fighting the women too. The women are going to give just as good as the men are. It was like they were a tight knit, like they were a gang.
Also for security, like shit.
Oh.
Like, right? Security
They called 11 cops.
Security come up to me and be like, dude, there's this guy.
Well,
like
11
no, like before the show even starts, like he's gonna be a problem.
11 cops showed up.
Holy shit.
11, not 10. 11 showed up outside because they knew, they were like, oh, these are the guys. Yeah, we got a situation.
McKinney's.
And they were
McKinney's
great.
are there.
They were great. Some of them were like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought you. They said to Kevin, they go, oh, I thought you were funny. Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
great. But you know, my friend was he was getting. We tried to go, and they kind of left. But they were. Kevin said, and Kevin's 6'5". Kevin goes, they were some big boys, and they were rough.
Yeah.
But they were laughing.
Yep.
It was really
Just
interesting.
a little too.
You
have a
need
little too
security.
fun. Have a
You
little
need
too fun.
security.
Oh, I mean-
It would have been a melee,
Like fucking
and I would have been hiding behind
Irish
the mic.
Tasmanian devils.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Just
I'm Irish, and I mean Irish. Sorry. The guy goes, I'm sorry. I was like, this is beautiful.
You're right, man.
How can I be mad at you with that
Yeah,
musical
I know.
accent? Oh, I'm sorry.
what else you got,
Boy.
Jen?
Here we go.
So Drake posted a photo onto his Instagram, and he read a comment where someone was trolling him, saying something about
You're saying his son has writers. He's
Yeah,
like, I bet
his
your
son
son's gonna
has,
have
like,
writers
ghost
for you.
writers.
He kind of like poked fun at his son, and then Drake responded back, was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna DM your girl. She's probably looking for some excitement.
So he follows the girl and then DMs her, and it was just a funny little encounter. I guess the guy who left a comment said it was crossing the line when he DMs my wife, but it's all good. I'm actually a fan.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Also hilarious by Drake.
Oh, so Drake DM'd his wife.
Because the guy,
Yes.
the guy made fun of his son. He's like, hold up. All right, you want to play this game? I'm gonna DM your wife, son.
Yeah. Don't be making fun
Yeah.
of someone's child.
No. That's funny though.
So Dave Chappelle says that he actually got a chance to speak with the man who ran up on stage and attacked him. I guess he just wanted to figure out what it was about his set, or like what about the attack, like why did you do it? And the attacker said, I'm actually doing this to protest the fact that my mom is homeless now because she was kicked out of her apartment because of the gentrification that's happening where she's living. And I guess it really didn't have anything to do with him.
It was just trying to bring attention.
He was just trying to.
But it's interesting because
He's
he
also
also
not
he's
stable.
there's some mental illness there, and then also the kid has Spotify songs about Dave Chappelle, so I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm buying that. And then he also had that weird knife gun thing. Also, how did he get on stage? Also,
How did he get
how
the knife
how
there?
how are they not pressing charges? The LA district
Oh, because
attorney.
Gascon is a communist.
Nutsos.
Because
Nutsos.
Gascon is, he ruined San Francisco and now he wants to ruin LA. That's why.
misdemeanors. Nuts.
Yeah.
The kid had a freaking knife.
It's so stupid that they didn't press.
I would say this though
felony
with that
charges.
kid. That kid obviously has mental illness and needs to be needs.
I think
help.
he's also homeless too. He can't.
Yeah.
He left a homeless encampment or like a hostel to come to the show.
That's what,
they don't
Chappelle
know how he
said
got
too.
in
we
either.
need something for people who are not in their right mind.
but you know, possession of a deadly weapon, and also rushing the stage, like. You can't have that as a misdemeanor because then people go, "Oh shit, I'm gonna do
it's
it
a
at Drake's
big
concert.
problem.
I'm gonna do it at." If this happens at Chappelle show, why not do it at the Comedy Store, the Improv, or Laugh Factory? Like you got to make an example. Of
It doesn't matter what it is. If it's the crime that could potentially kill someone,
Yeah.
you got to punish them.
100%.
I mean, he did have a fucking gun knife on him.
Yeah.
Where do you even get a gun knife? That makes sense.
I don't
It's
know.
a gun with a knife.
Yeah,
What do you-
there's some issues there.
weird.
Some issues.
What else
Also,
you got,
It's
Jen?
definitely a weird way to hide a knife.
Yeah, inside a gun.
Inside something that looks
Gun.
like a gun.
Yeah, there's so many red flags. How do you get past
flags.
security? But he apparently got dealt with. They really beat.
Yeah,
his
they
ass.
messed him up.
They're beating his ass so bad. Chappelle was like, "Can you move him off the stage?" Because they're just whooping his ass.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
All right, my current events suck this week.
They
but
suck?
what?
You said they suck?
They suck probably.
all
We'll
right.
see. But I saw this. I thought this was pretty fascinating.
No signs blocking it off, and I thought I was fucking high. That's just a pit on the on-ramp.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? They don't have this shit blocked off or nothing.
That's a big problem. Holy shit.
Watch, this guy's coming. There's a guy coming behind me.
Hey, yo.
Hey yo.
So he stops.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like, "What
Fucking
the hell?
go.
Also, dude, I would back up.
Why is there a pit though?"
We'll just keep watching.
Oh. Oh no.
Holy shit. Oh, it's water.
It's water.
I'm not actually high, but holy fuck, bro.
Oh.
How crazy does that look, though?
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
That is freaky, right?
It's water.
Thought they just carved out a hole.
So did I.
Me too.
Holy.
Damn. That's good. That's water.
I was like, what
I
is
didn't put that
happening?
together.
Me neither.
no, I thought it was a pit too.
Yeah, I was
I hate,
like,
when
what is
I'm,
happening?
I hate when I hate when I'm reminded of how I'm not not smart I am.
But I don't know if that's smart. That's an optical illusion.
Yeah, but so, you know those logic questions that people
Yeah.
are like, and there's always that one guy like Will I Am would be like, well, actually, it's water, and I'm like, oh no, be careful. Yeah, fuck.
All right. So Lake Mead, it's by
Yeah,
hold on, what's this?
Vegas.
Yeah, it's by Vegas.
You're a Ralph Coupons?
I don't know what's happened there. But so there's been a drought recently, and they're finding barrels of human bodies remains.
Jesus
So people
Christ.
that have one of them had like bullet wounds or whatever. So
The
yeah,
mafia got rid of a lot of bodies.
yeah.
in Vegas.
And Lake Mead is huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's huge, that's right.
There's a second one that they found, and then I guess the deputies that are investigating this, they're saying there's gonna be a lot more as the drought gets worse.
And it's just old school. Like from
From the
80s and 90s?
60s or 70s. Yeah.
Old school. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Sure.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Be sweet if they found
a
Jimmy
lot of
Hoffa.
bodies. A lot of bodies.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And people fish in there. They eat the fish. It's just kind of like
Have you fished in there, Chin?
yeah.
Ugh.
I didn't catch anything. Though.
It's fine. Those bodies have been.
It's
eaten
just
by
still
fish
it's
a long
gross to
time
know
ago.
that there's a human body.
There you
decomposing.
go.
That is weird.
When there's little human meat in the fish's tummy, but that's old.
Chin doesn't eat
those
the tummy,
bodies were
though.
killed probably in the 70s, 60s.
Yeah. It's from a long time ago. That's why they only saw skulls and make like some sort of like boots and stuff like that.
Yeah, bullet wounds. They didn't die of natural causes in a cement barrel.
No.
That didn't
Jesus
happen.
Christ.
So I guess Russians are accusing Elon Musk of something to do with the satellites and helping Ukraine.
Yeah, remember he launched that satellite over at Ukraine so they could still have
Internet or something?
communications? Yeah.
So now Elon basically said that if something happens to me and I die, it's because of the Russians.
Jesus, this is getting dark. That's scary. But also, Elon I guess lay low for a little bit, buddy.
Yeah.
Just stay in Austin, man.
There's like a lawsuit too with Twitter.
Yeah.
His buying of Twitter. Yeah.
Who said this? Oh, that's from the testimony commander. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Russia, I guess.
Yeah, the Starlink.
All right. The last one I have this is from MMA Junkie. I guess a girl fan tried to rush the cage, and you can see what happened to her
In
afterwards.
what fight?
274. I'm not sure which
Yeah, not
exact
the
fight.
best idea there. There are some people that know a little bit about how
So
to
she paid the price.
tackle
Yeah.
you and hold you down.
Dude, this is like, of course,
Go.
she deserves it.
I'm out.
Okay, she's not sober.
She's definitely drunk, yeah. There she goes.
Oh,
And I'll focus in here.
oh.
That would be one way of dealing.
And look how the security guard just kind of like just chills. I threw her off. It's all good now.
Hey, yo, what's good? It's Miss
Go, go,
Magnet.
go.
I'm out.
So what's up? It's Mixed Magnet, and they
I don't know what
dealt with. There does seem to be a thing, right? Since the Will Smith stuff, like this is occurring a lot.
Sure.
Maybe it's just
Copycat
coming
stuff.
to light more, but it seems like to be this copycat shit.
Yeah, copycat shit.
Weird, huh? She got dealt with.
Dealt with, yeah.
Everybody wants attention.
She went viral for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, everybody wants.
And that cage is high up there.
It's high up.
Yeah, you fell on
Now
cement.
now, when you get in the cage, they lock it, huh?
There's a guy named the gatekeeper. Go ching. Go.
Scary.
There we go. Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
That's fun. Hopefully that girl's okay.
I think this is an important podcast, my friend. I'm looking forward to it.
Firing Kid is back. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Me too, buddy.
Love you, man.
Love you too, buddy.
We got some more work to do.
We got work.
I can't wait for this day to be over.
We'll do the best we can, and we'll always try to keep entertaining you, telling the truth, hold ourselves accountable. And I hope, if anything, people use me as an example of what not to be and what to be. That's the best I can offer.
Yep. And if you want to talk about it in person, I'll be in Philly next week. Philadelphia, Helium, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Dude, I'm in DC. I'm so close to you.
Next week?
You're there. So
not this week, next week.
Oh, no. Okay. Not this weekend?
No.
Okay.
Next weekend. I'm in Philly at the Helium with the squad.
Great club.
You can probably find me at Suplex Sneaker Shop as well out there. That is May 19th through 21st. That is Philly next week. And then Shab and Friends is back at the Hollywood Improv. Me and a bunch of monsters. May 25th, one night only, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Then Portland is June 9th through June 11th, and that is at the Helium. San Francisco is also in June at Cobb's, June 17th through June 18th.
Wow.
Get your tickets at thickboy.com. Also, with the Tiger Thick Whiskey, finally, we have an online distributor. We sold out of the first batch. They just restocked it. So if you go to thickboy.com right now, you can officially buy the Tiger Thick Whiskey. Go get you some.
I'd like a case, please.
You want a case or a bottle?
I want a couple bottles for my home.
I got you.
Not a
buddy.
case. That's a little much.
Yeah, case.
But I'd like a couple bottles.
Whatever you want. Yeah,
All right.
I got you.
DC Comedy Loft this weekend, May 12th. That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to be there. I've never done it. I don't know what to expect. I think it's in
It's
DuPont
DC
Circle.
though, buddy.
It's going to be
DC's
good.
great.
Come get some.
Yes.
DC Comedy Loft. Can't wait. If you're a Bobby Lee fan, come please, and you can give me a couple slaps, but I'll hug you anyway because I love him. Brea Improv, my taping.
I can't believe I'm missing
I
this.
know. I'm taping my special May 19th. That's Thursday. We're selling really well. We got some tickets left. I have a very special guest opening
shows?
for me. 2 shows Thursday. Then West Palm Beach, Florida, Improv, May 27, 28, 29. I can't wait. One of my favorite
Man,
places
Daddy's on the
ever.
road a lot.
Daddy's on the road. And then I keep crisscrossing the country, bro. Richmond,
Get the miles
Virginia.
in, Daddy.
Richmond, Virginia, Funny Bone, June 3rd and 4th. That's a Friday, Saturday. And then Omaha, Nebraska, Funny Bone, June 10 and 11. I love that place. So there it is.
All right, kids. We love you, Philly. I'll see you next week. This is really the Fighter and the Kid. We're out.